So you want to know if all medical treatments are of known benefit? Well, this video is all about medical treatments, and it will give you some very surprising concerns about medical treatments. Welcome to HEALTHdrum. I'm Dr. Bert Vorstman, a urological surgeon and former researcher, and this channel is all about routine medical conditions, self-care, and digital health, so you can be informed and in control of your healthcare decision-making. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to know all about good health, go ahead and subscribe below. Like you, many are also interested in digital health, so feel free to reach out with an email or hit the comment section below. By the way, HEALTHdrum is for educational and informational purposes only and not a substitute for professional medical advice. The links to the disclaimer and the material in this video are in the description below. Okay, so let's get on with the summary. So this video is about the fact that only some 11% of medical treatments are of known benefit, whereas about 2/3 of all medical treatments are likely to be harmful or demonstrably harmful. We will address why these harmful treatments are still in use, why most published research is false, who's supposed to be protecting patients, and what remedies are available to remove harmful medical treatments. So how bad is it in the healthcare arena? What percentage of medical treatments are actually of known benefit? So the fact is that only about 1/3 of all medical treatments are or may be of benefit. Of this third, about 11% of medical treatments are known to be of benefit, while about 23% are likely to be of benefit. Let's repeat this figure. Only some 11% of medical treatments are of known benefit. On the other hand, about 2/3 of all medical treatments are unlikely to be of benefit or known to be of no benefit despite being called standard of care or in standard practice. So let's drill down a little bit on the 2/3 of medical care that is harmful or likely to be harmful. How is this possible? So there are a few reasons why harmful medical practices or practices unlikely to be of benefit still exist in the healthcare arena. Often these medical treatments have been carried over from healthcare practices years earlier and have not been vetted since through rigorous scientific evaluation. They are in practice because doctors believe they work. Because many medical practices have been around forever, they are invariably labeled as standard practice or standard of care, commonly because of so-called conventional wisdom. And practitioners design their informed consents and their shared decision-making documents because doctors assumed that their medical treatments were of benefit. As well, because healthcare is financially driven, there are many financial conflicts of interest in the medical field. However, the fact that a medical treatment has been around for years, labeled as standard practice, included in medical guidelines, and paid for by an insurance company does not mean that the medical treatment is safe or effective. So how should medical treatments be proven to be safe and effective? Clearly, by rigorous research. Well, how reliable is published healthcare research? Well, most published research is false. In 2005, John Ioannidis published a seminal article concerning published research findings. He determined after careful review that most published research findings were false because researchers failed to conduct their studies based on sound scientific methodology. Instead, these medical studies were often corrupted by biases, approximations, and assumptions. So the bottom line here is that there are few studies that provide high-quality evidence, and for the most part, healthcare harms or problems are rarely quantified. So how should the safety and benefits of a medical treatment be determined? So this is the fundamental question. Sadly, once a medical practice is established, few, if any, physicians challenge the practice with the simple question, where are the irrefutable and reproducible data supporting this recommendation or treatment? Sadly, many treatment recommendations are not based on answering this fundamental question, but based on the results of junk science. So if most medical treatments are of no benefit or unlikely to be of benefit, how come they're still in practice? Well, the answer to this question is pretty simple. For the most part, physicians and their regulatory healthcare oversight agencies routinely fail to address medical treatments that are of no benefit or unlikely to be of benefit. They simply ignore the data or believe junk science reports to agree with their beliefs. And despite physicians being bound by the oath to keep patients from harm and injustice, ineffective care is in widespread use and inevitably cloaked by a standard of care label included in medical guidelines, addressed in an informed consents, detailed in shared decision-making processes, and commonly paid for by insurances. So with all this medical care around that's of no benefit or unlikely to be of benefit, who's protecting patients? So the groups that are supposed to be protecting patients are physicians, their medical boards, and the government healthcare regulatory agencies. Most of these groups fail miserably because they've failed to ask the most fundamental of medical questions. Where are the irrefutable and reproducible data supporting this medical treatment? So what are the downstream effects of medical treatments that are harmful or likely to be harmful? So the downstream effects on patients of treatments that are of no benefit or unlikely to be of benefit is a lack of value, waste of money, dealing with likely complications, and then needing treatments to correct these complications. A big scenario that just destroys patient trust in the medical system. So let me give you a couple of examples of medical care that is of no benefit and potentially harmful. The PSA, the prostate-specific antigen blood test to screen for prostate cancer, and the treatment, prostate cancer surgical treatment. So not only does PSA-based screening fail to save significant numbers of lives, but at 15 years, no treatment had similar survival rates to those who had surgery or radiation, but without all the complications associated with surgery or radiation. So these results have been known for a number of years, but both PSA testing and prostate cancer surgery continue to be widely practiced, and the links to these publications are in the description below. So the failures by physicians and the American regulatory apparatus to protect unwitting consumers has caused harm to untold men. What should be done about harmful medical care? Patient protection methods need to be reinforced as there is little accountability. So about 2/3 of all medical treatments are of no benefit or unlikely to be of benefit. Clearly, the very first and most important item is to recognize and address the problem. Both physicians and regulatory oversight agencies need to do this and ensure that treatments can withstand the challenge. Where is the irrefutable and reproducible data supporting this treatment? If a treatment can't withstand the challenge, regulatory agencies need to rescind the FDA approval, remove the item from medical guidelines, and stop insurance payments in order to restore consumer trust. So let's recap. In this video, you learned that only 11% of medical treatments are of known benefit. Most medical treatments are unlikely to be of benefit or known to be of no benefit. Most published research is false. You learned about the agencies that are supposed to protect patients and the ways that these harmful treatments can be removed from the medical armamentarium. To learn more about routine medical conditions, self-care, and digital health, check out these other videos.